China must have really pissed President Trump off, because we know last night at around 12 o'clock, President Trump hit China with a 104% tariff. And then China answered back this morning. And I'm guessing that answer really pissed President Trump off, because today, President Trump just announced a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs for all countries except China. You heard what I just said? He paused the reciprocal tariffs for every country that the United States has tariffs on except for China. And he changed that 104% tariff that he put on China to 125%. And for the people in the back, you already know what that means. But again, we already heard that China said they're willing to fight to the end, whatever that means. And to add on to that, China already made a promise that whatever we make, they can make for cheaper. So apparently they got something up their sleeve. Oh, and they said that if America keep playing, those counterfeits that they got over there, like, Rolex and counterfeit clothes, the counterfeit designer that they got over there, they said they're going to make that legal. Yeah, legal. So you know what that means, right?
Big breaking news. President Trump has paused his sweeping new tariffs that the U.S. had imposed for 90 days, keeping most countries at a baseline of 10%, noting that many have reached out to negotiate new trade deals. China, on the other hand, has had their tariffs raised further to 125%.
If you missed the stock market move today, either you were too scared to get in listening to other people or you're uninformed. You had people who took $20 to $5,900 today within about 15 to 20 minutes based off the move. And when I was telling people to buy a few days ago because some stock prices were back to the lows that we saw around COVID times, people were like, oh no, it's not time to buy yet. Wait, it's gonna drop more. Wait, it's gonna drop more. And sure enough, look what happened. We get a 9% move up on S&P 500. You get an 11% move on QQQ, 18% on NVIDIA, 18% AVGO, 18% Kava, and 20-something% on AMD, which I told people to buy a few days ago. And see, when you listen to people who just say, oh, just wait to buy, it's gonna drop lower, but they're not telling you why, that's a problem. Because when you chart your stocks every day like me, you know that when stocks get to a certain price point and they fall to a certain point, eventually some support's gonna form and it's gonna go back up. Now the tariff announcement definitely helped, but the 10-year yield spiking like that also causes pressure for him to be like, all right, like maybe these tariffs are doing a little too much and let me try to do something soon to make sure that yield doesn't keep spiking, because that's an issue. So stop listening to people when stuff goes down. They say, oh yeah, no, wait, it's gonna go lower, it's gonna go lower. But no one's telling you why. No one's saying anything why. Oh yeah, it's gonna go lower, wait till they're worthless. Why is that? I was asking people that in the comments, no one could tell me. And now, if you didn't get in, you missed on stupid returns because you're waiting for stuff to fall lower when it's already fallen so much from these tariff news.
All right, we have breaking news. We're flip-flopping again on the tariffs. Trump has suspended the tariffs for everyone except for China at this point, and China is going to be up 125%. The market has recovered a good chunk. It's gone basically spiked up vertical over the last 20 minutes, and it's gained about 8%. It lost about 10% during Trump's initial announcements of the tariffs, and it's gained back almost all of it what is lost, except for about 2%, which it might recover. There's no way that Trump isn't using this to manipulate the market. This is basically economic terrorism at this point. Trump is using this as a way for him to personally financially benefit for him and all of his friends. If you can control the price of the market, you can just trade and make money hand over fist. And no one is calling him out on it. There's no punishment for this. So why wouldn't you keep doing it? He is going to continue the tariffs apparently for China, because they've, quote, disrespected the United States and disrespected the world international community. Now, if I were China, I would just continue the tariffs on us. Why wouldn't I? He said that the tariffs are going to continue on China, which are effective now, and it's going to go up. It's going to be 125% now because China is not putting up with this. China is retaliating. So this is complete and total economic terrorism. This is completely irresponsible. We need to start working on actual steps to remove the president. Now, remember, we can impeach him. We just need the votes. And so it doesn't have to be, it can be for any of these crimes. It doesn't have to be a severe crime. All we do is we have to have the votes. So the question is how do we get those votes?
So Trump pauses tariffs on everybody except China, baby. China's going to get it 125%, 225%, 325%. We're tired of you, China. You've been taking advantage of us.
Donald Trump said, fuck that. He announced a 90-day pause on tariffs, except for China. He like, nah, not y'all niggas, not y'all little hoes. We in war. Which he's raising to 125%. So if you don't know, this is what's been going on. He first did it in February, boom, tariff. Then just last week, he hit him with an additional 35% tariff. Then China said, fuck that, we're gonna hit you right back with 35. Then Trump said, hey, I'm gonna hit you with a 50% additional tariff if you don't take back what you just did. China like, fuck that, hit us, we're gonna hit you right back. They hit him. So Trump like, boom, they hit us again, I'm gonna hit you right back. Said, fuck it, pause for 90 days on everybody else except for they bitch ass. I need to handle them personally. And then boom, hit them with another 25%. It literally happened like that, guys. Cause just yesterday, you know, 2 days ago, we was in the talks of getting rid of the, they needed to take back the 35% tariff after Donald Trump hit them with one. They said, nah, they hit them. So Trump had to add the additional 50% that he promised them. Boom, hit them. So China, he like, boom, pausing that shit, except for China, and I'm hit y'all again. And what quick boy, literally, let's go. Appreciate that, my dude. You see, Hayes, awesome call out. Thank you. Another 400, a couple minutes off Netflix. All together, they probably made like a band. And then the L that I took, look, $50. And you might, what the loss is at? Man, we ain't losing shit with $50 or $100. We make money, we making a band, 2 bands, 500, 600. Think I give a damn about losing a 50 ball? I'm just trying to get it in your head and make it make sense for you. So if you're on a smaller level, you're gonna lose $10, $20, but when you make money, you're gonna win 100, 200, 300. If you wanna know more, follow the YouTube, The B Hayes Show. If you wanna join the group to get the plays when I buy and sell, click join on my YouTube, the homepage, 3rd tier, give you all access to every single play I enter and X. Follow on Instagram if you don't know shit and wanna learn, at The B Hayes Show, same Instagram name. DM me for a one-on-one.
It looks and sounds like I'm accurate when I say this is really all to do with China. 90-day pause on tariffs, reduction of reciprocal tariffs down to 10% during the 90-day span to allow everybody to negotiate, except for China. He actually increased China's, because this morning they increased on America, and now America has increased again on China. The markets have skyrocketed. If you haven't been paying attention, Zelensky is trying to bring China into this, saying he's capturing soldiers that are from China. He started this rhetoric like a day or so ago, and today he says he's found almost 160 of them. So he's continuing with the rhetoric, and now he says he has overwhelming proof that they're in bed with Russia. You've been updated. What are your thoughts on the escalating trade war with China?
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China. I import alloy wheels for cars, and I do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 containers a year, which is a small business in regards to this industry. At 104%, I am absolutely going to implode and will not last 6 months. So with that said, I'm asking, is there anybody out there that has connections with manufacturing facilities, specifically alloy wheels, either in the United States or outside in these lesser tariffed countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, India? I need to find another source. I've emailed a lot of these companies and cannot get a response. And I just don't know if it's because I'm a small business or what exactly it is. So if anybody's out there that can help or shed some light, maybe provide some information that would be helpful, I would really greatly appreciate it, because if not, it's just a small business here that's going to go under, and I'll be back to digging ditches again, which I'm not scared to do, but it's a little harder to do with a wife, 2 kids, and at 45 years old. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
About the president's latest statement regarding his America First trade plan. As you all know, the president just put out a statement announcing an additional tariff on China. The tariff on China will now go up to 125% because China imprudently decided to retaliate against the United States. And as I said at the podium yesterday, when you punch at the United States of America, President Trump is going to punch back harder. In that same vein, we have had more than 75 countries from around the world reach out to President Trump and his team here at the White House to negotiate better trade deals for the American worker. We have been overwhelmed with the amount of requests from countries around the world. I'll let the Secretary speak to that. We will continue with the tailor-made negotiations that I spoke about yesterday. In the meantime, there will be a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs as these negotiations are ongoing, and the tariff level will be brought down to a universal 10% tariff. The Secretary here has been a huge part of the President's trade team, of course, and will continue to lead these negotiations moving forward to look out for the American worker, which is always President Trump's goal. So I'll kick it over to our great Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent.
Good, thank you. And we saw the successful negotiating strategy that President Trump implemented a week ago today. It has brought more than 75 countries forward to negotiate. It took great courage for him to stay the course until this moment. And what we have ended up with here, as I told everyone a week ago, they're in this very spot, do not retaliate and you will be rewarded. So every country in the world who wants to come and negotiate, we are willing to hear you. We're going to go down to a 10% baseline tariff for them, and China will be raised to 125 due to their insistence on escalation.
Everybody got a break on the tariffs except for China. Y'all not remembering, Donald Trump already told us he paying attention to who retaliates and who isn't. And the tariffs aren't gone, it's a pause, nigga. 75 countries took it like a good bitch when Donald Trump put them tariffs down. He can't, he doesn't know what he's doing. Y'all are missing it. Israel already is down for free trade. No deficit for the U.S. We weren't on that type of timing before Donald Trump was the president, and neither were the 74 other countries trying to make a deal with Donald Trump. We know Donald Trump's not capping. Look at the film. Back in the day, everybody was talking about how China taking all the jobs. Now everybody forgot? Nancy Pelosi was a womanified Donald Trump. China got too much motion. It looks so futuristic they living in 2028 in China because they got all 2028 of your dollars. Use that pink meat up here. If 75 countries are trying to work it out with Donald Trump, don't that mean Donald Trump got some kind of motion? Don't that mean he got some kind of an idea what the fuck going down? If all of his ideas are stupid and don't make sense, how does he have these billionaires investing all this money into America? The world leaders of those 75 countries know the truth. Don't see why you don't. You live here.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.